Hello and welcome everyone. So this is the season of IPO and many of time we have seen that many people decide that whether we should keep this company for long-term wealth creation or not by the prices they see post opening. So if the price is in premium, they think this is a long-term wealth creator. And if the price is in discount, they think this is a wealth destroyer. And this is not a right strategy for long-term wealth. Many a times due to current trend of some particular sector, or if the offer size is not too much large, some companies open very well. Over the long period of time, they might not perform as positive as we saw them during the opening day. So this might not be the better way to check whether this company is for good for long term or well, long term or not. Then how can we classify any company? So let us check. Yes, just tomorrow, Data Pattern, a very good company from defense, is going to open, and many of you would have already allotted, and many of you would have not allotted this stock, right? Why? Because it was a small IPO. Many a time we have seen that a small IPO opens very good, right? But whether we should keep this company for long term or not is a different story. So come on, let us do some research. So all those people who are here only to see the opening price, this video will not be useful. This video will be useful only to those people who want some one or two good companies for long-term wealth from defense industry. If you are looking for some multi-bagger from defense industry, definitely this video can help you take proper decision. So come on, let us begin. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe the channel, right? So that you can get some updates. So the name of the company is Data Pattern India Limited. What is this company all about? Friends, let us check about this company. Summary of primary business of the company. So they are among few vertically integrated defense and aerospace electronic solution provider catering to the indigenously developed defense product industry. With net profitability growth of approximately 164% between last year, they are one of the fastest growing companies in the defense and aerospace electronic sector in India. But mind it, you can't say they are fastest growing just on the terms of one single year. We need to see this company, we need to check this company, that can this company survive and give the same growth. You can't expect 164% growth for long term. But whether this company can give the sustainable growth of 15-20% in next decade, then only this is good one. So we are going to check this thing later. They have proven in-house design and development capabilities and experience of more than 3 decades in the defense and aerospace electronic space. So what is all about this defense industry? The global defense expenditure is expected to grow to $2,031 billion by 2025 due to increased geopolitical uncertainty, even though countries face economic pressure due to COVID-19 disruption. There is a structural shift in the defense budget with increased allocation for modernization fund and approval of non-relapsable fund. This is that thing which we have seen even in India. So let us check who are the promoters. They are the promoter, Mr. Srinivasa Gopalan Rangarajanji and Rekha Murthy Rangarajan. These are the promoter, and we should even see what is the offer of this IPO. So object from the IPO is fresh issue as well as offer for sale. Fresh issue is around 300 crore, and from this 300 crore, the object of the fresh issue is to repayment the borrowing of around 54 crore, to use 95 crore as working capital, and use 62 crore as upgrading facilities. The remaining around 335 crore would be going to the past stakeholders, right? Because around 61 lakh shares are going to be get offered from stakeholders, right? So here you can see out of 635 crore of IPO, around 50% would be coming to company and 50% money would be going to past or past or current present shareholders. So who are the selling shareholder? Here you can see selling shareholders list. Major stakeholder of this company, as we just discussed about their promoters, Mr. Srinivasan and Rekha Madam, they are having around 32% and 27% stake respectively. Other major stake you can see here is Florentry Capital Partners, but they are not going to join in this selling procedure, right? So here the selling shareholder are the promoter itself, and from the individual Sudhir Nathan and GK Vasundhara are selling stakeholder. All right. These are some important financial information, right? What we need to check whenever we need to invest in any company. First of all, what is the share capital, right? So the share capital of this company is 1.7 crore. The retained earnings, that is net worth, right, of this company is around 207 crore, right? So maybe the total 207 crore would not be from profit, but some shares, some stake have been sold to investors also, right? So from there also company would get funded, and along with the funding, company is definitely making profits since a long time. So that earning has also been accumulated in this net worth. Total income is around 227 crore. So this company, you can't say it's a very big company. It's a small cap company, 227 crore sales. And yes, we say that this is a small company, but they are making good profits of around 56 crore. You can see that during last 3 years, company have grown from 132 crore to 226 crore. So almost 100% growth during last 2 years is visible here. Company's profitability is also consistent. It is visible. Considering this profit, my part of earning, that is EPS, is 12 rupees, right? So what I am going to get is 12 rupees directly. Net asset value, that is around book value of this company, is 44 rupees. Total borrowing is 33 crore, right? So 33 crore borrowing, and the net worth is already 207 crore. So we can say that yes, this company's debt to equity ratio is not too much higher. Comfortable financial statement. Considering the financial statement, financial information, we can say it's a very small company. But yes, their balance sheet is good. Let us check further also. This is their proper balance sheet, assets and equity and liability. So if you go on their asset part, you can see that around 156 crore is trade receivable. So the company doing turnover of 225 crore, if 156 crore is trade receivable, this is not a good thing. Maybe some money are coming late. Here, cash and cash equivalent, you can see it's around 9 crore. So total asset of this company is around 330 crore, right? We already checked their net worth of around 208 crore. Their borrowing, that is non-current, which is, we can say it's a long-term borrowing, it's just 10 crore. So we can say this is a low debt company. Short-term borrowing, you can see, is around 23 crore. So yeah, balance sheet is not bad. If we see, compare it with other small cap companies, they are doing a small turnover, but their profits are consistent. And yes, balance sheet is also good here, right? So this is their income statement, right? As you can see, 30% CAGR growth is there in their sales. Sales have grown by 30%, but their cost have grown by only 12%. Why? Because their major cost out of their total cost is material and employee. And both of the cost have not grown at par if you can check it with their sales. So yes, their profitability has grown well. Finance cost is 15 crores. So out of 225 crores, this is their finance cost. And as we saw that the fund which is going to come into the company from this IPO is also going to use for to reduce borrowing. So we may see this finance cost get even lesser from here. EPS, we already discussed, is 12 rupees. Considering the current data, their margin is 25% for last year. But if you check their whole 3 years data, their margin was not 25%. So you can't expect the same 25% margin in future. We may see the margin may get decrease also, right? The debt paying capacity is not too much high. See, 6 is not attractive. At least we should have the debt paying capacity of around 20, right? So there is a little bit liquidity concern here, right? But overall income statement and financials and balance sheet were good. So basis on what basis they came with this offer? First, their base, we can say, it should be analyzed by qualitative data. We already discussed that what are their quality. Indigenous integrated and strategic defense and aerospace electronic solution provider, which is well positioned to benefit from the making India opportunity. So yes, we can expect that today's 200 crore turnover is going to get reached to 500 crore turnover. No need to worry about it. But yes, they have a very small share from this whole defense world, right? Innovation focused business model. And third, sound order book across product categories, supplying to mark customers in the defense and aerospace industry. So this much qualitative analysis is not enough. We must also see their quantitative analysis. So in the quantitative analysis, there comes first EPS. Yes, they are a profit-making company with 12 rupees. To be exact, 11.89 EPS. So they are giving you at the PE of 49. Yes, we can say it's a little bit expensive, but it's all right. They are a consistent profit maker. Return on net worth is 27%. But mind it, because last year their profitability was so much high. We can't expect the same profitability every year because their consistent profits margin were not the same during previous period. So still also, if you consider 27%, we may see in coming time return on net worth to go to 15%. But 15% is not so bad, right? NAV, if you consider, that is book value is 44. So at the price at what you are offered, 13 times of the book value you are offered. So it doesn't mean that this is good company we should buy at any cost. In coming time, whenever you get some good opportunity during any fall, if you buy during fall, any company, not only this company, but whenever you buy it during fall, what happens? Your price to book value gets lower, your dividend yield gets higher. So we should consider this company to be bought during any type of fall. But the main comparison should be done between peers group. So if we consider peer group of this company, which other companies come in peer group? Here you can see BEL, Bharat Electronic, with a turnover of 14,000 crore. Now, we have already recommended Bharat Electronic as a wealth creator since more than a decade, and I'm happy to see many of you are holding since decade. And this company have given us consistent profit without break since last 2 decades. We have never seen a single year where BL made a losses. So this is the company where we can expect consistency. Yes, good amount of money has also been created in BEL, right? So this is the most preferred company here. Why? Their turnover is so much high. They are having larger share in defense industry. None other company you can see in defense is near to BEL, right? So BEL should be a top priority. Profits, you can see 2,000 crore profit. So here the company which we are discussing, Data Pattern, is making sales of 200 crore, right? So we can say there is a huge difference between BEL and which company? Data Pattern. Definitely BL should be in top priority. Margin are 15%. Seen here also Data Pattern, their margin are not 25. Only last year we saw a margin of 25. In coming 2-3 years, you are going to see same margin, right? So they are having a peer comparable margin. Return on net worth of BL is 19%, which is again good, right? If you compare it with other companies like Centum, they are 800 crore turnover making company, but not a good margin. Astra Micro, again with just 5% margin, not good. MTAR, just we saw their IPO a few months back. See, MTAR and Paras Defense, both of these companies are comparable with Data Pattern. Both of these companies do turnover just like Data Pattern. So MTAR, Data Pattern, Paras, all of these companies are around 200-300 crore turnover doing companies. Similar profit margin, and similar almost return on net worth. So all these three companies are good, right? Whether you take Data Pattern, whether you take Paras, these all companies are going to perform almost similar in coming time. But if you want to stay assured, if you want to see that you get consistent sales and profit, then BL should be your top priority, right? So sorry for here, but the truth is truth. Now, whether BEL, whether Paras, whether MTAR, or whether your Data Pattern is going to grow or not, the answer will come from economy. You can see here that the global economy is expected to bounce back with a growth of around 6% this year and 4% next year, and 3.3 in coming time. Here, emerging economies like India are going to outperform the whole world. So yes, India is going to outperform very well. You can see RBI has projected a growth rate of 10.5% for this year. See, outperformance not starts in future. It is in current stage also. You have seen India outperforming during last 20 years. So we are the outperformer, no need to doubt about it. This year, India is going to get the bounce back of around 10-11% versus the world 5%. So we are going to double outperform even this year. And even in coming time, we are going to see the growth of 8-9% CAGR, which is again more than 100% than world. So where huge wealth is going to be created in Indian economy? Welcome India, friends. The security situation in India, you can see, considering this whole map, India's most pressing problem continue to be terrorism from Pakistan and the potential flare up with China. The taking over of Afghanistan by Taliban will further add to the security problems, with likely increase in terrorist attacks and cross-border infiltration. It is pertinent to note here that both China and Pakistan backed the Taliban regime and are mulling a strategy to recognize the government, right? So yes, investment in defense are going to happen, as you can see. Unmanned solution adoption by countries. We saw this scenario in developed economy. The Indian Armed Forces is also expanding its armed inventory and is currently considering the acquisition of the General Atomics MQ-9 Predator US. However, over time, India will have to develop capable in-house unmanned solution in order to procure more capability at lower cost. So let us check the global defense spending for next 5 years. The global defense expenditure is expected to grow to $2,000 billion by 2025 due to increased geopolitical uncertainty, even though countries face economic pressure due to COVID-19 disruptions. So you might be thinking, who is the largest defense spender? Does India comes in largest? Definitely. The top 5 spenders: US Number one, China, India, Russia, and UK account for 62% of the global defense spending. So US spent around 778 USD billion. China comes to number two with 252 USD billion spending, and India. Yeah, India comes with 73 US dollar billion, and our country is at number three. So that's good. See, economy wise, we are at number six. But in defense spending, India comes at third number. So we are doing good here. No need to rethink about it. There is the global defense spending forecast for next 5 years. The projected rise is based on an assessment of global GDP projection and on assumption of continued political tension for next 2 years, followed by a gradual easing of relationships. Any flare-up in geopolitical uncertainty due to rise in tensions between US, China, India, China, India, Pakistan, Russia, NATO, Israel, Palestine, and re-emergence of Taliban at global theater following the current situation in Afghanistan would likely result in significant upside to the forecast. But yes, this is the normal forecast for global spending, which is going to grow. This is the defense budget growth for India. As you can see, every year the spending is in incremental phase, right? It is important to know what are the major components of this spending. So budget components for defense. The defense has four major components. Number one is revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure gets around 45% of total budget. Number two is capital outlay expenditure. It gets around 28%. Number three is defense pensions, where around 25% fund is allocated. And fourth is MOD, in civil, where around 3% is allocated. And not all of it is available to the defense industry participants. It is distributed among all. Examination of the allocation for different code heads for defense budget of fiscal 2022. You can see this is the same budget which is planned for this year with around 64.6 USD billion. We have seen a huge changes in Indian defense modernization program. For example, if you see Indian Air Force program, right? Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, AMCA, Tejas MK, a light combat aircraft, medium multi-role combat aircraft, LCA variant, MiG-29 and Su-30 MKI, refueler aircraft, AEWNC aircraft, trainer aircraft, right? These are for Indian Air Force. And now here is Indian Navy programs. Here also modernization program is there with carrier, aircraft carrier program, project 17 and 17A, project 15A, 15B, projects 1135.6 Talwar class, project 28 ASW corvettes, carrier-borne multi-role fighter, maritime patrol and recon, naval utility helicopters, mine countermeasure vessels, and the list goes on. Same thing for Indian Army programs. Infantry modernization, network-centric warfare, armor, artillery, and defense. So modernization is what we are going to see in overall army. Defense acquisition policy has been totally changed. You can see now, as per new policy, it's by Indian, IDDM. This is the priority number one. By Indian, priority number two. So there are several rules which are created under priority one, priority two, what we will see in the companies, what they should provide us, right? Buy and make Indian, that is priority 3. By global, but manufacture in India, that is priority 4. By global is 5th priority. Strategic partnership model, make and innovation. So these all things are going to give boost to our Indian companies. Here you can see competition analysis. See, overall, the Indian defense industry is rapidly evolving into a self-sustaining one, with companies and DPSUs moving towards specializing into defense primes, integrators, and component suppliers. Similarly, the space industry is also expanding with new space participants offering services which were previously offered by ISRO, such as launch services, satellite operations, and downstream services. So here there are several companies in this whole world. You can see some are in platform solution like HAL, OFB, Bharat Dynamics. Some are in subsystem, that is end-to-end integration focused, like Tonbo Imaging, Godrej, PEL, Kalyani. Some are in all these 3 things, right? Some are in sub-component focus like Astra Micro, Centum Electronics, but few companies we can see they are combined in all of this strategy like L&T, Mahindra Defense, Reliance Defense, Tata Advanced Systems, Adani Aerospace, Data Pattern, Paras Defines, and Alpha Design Technologies, right? So this is the whole competitive analysis. But this is not enough. After all, looking after this thing, we should see actually who are doing business, right? So here is the whole world of this defense focused companies. L&T here that's given 73,000 crore turnover, but this whole turnover is not from defense. So forget L&T. L&T defense is not a huge turnover for overall L&T, but yes, they are doing good in defense also. Bharat Electronic with 14,000 crore turnover, we already discussed their margin are 15%. Data Pattern with 224 crore turnover. Then comes Mahindra Defense, Paras Defense with the similar turnover of data. Tata Advanced, Astra Micro we discussed with just a 4% margin. Godrej, Centum, Alpha Design. Adani just began with only 2 crore turnover and loss making. Core EI Technologies and Mistral, right? So here considering this data, as we can see, some of the largest companies with strong profitability are L&T and BEL. But BEL is 100% from defense. Among smaller companies, there are Data Pattern, Paras Defense, Mahindra, Tata, Godrej, etc. Right? So which are the better from even all these lists? So here are some of the ratios which you are looking for generally to search some good companies, right? Like it's given return on capital employed and return on equity. Considering this data also, PEL, Data Pattern comes best, right? So L&T, BEL among best, while Data Pattern and Paras are also better from smaller companies, right? So what is all Data Pattern about? Let us now talk on Data Pattern. Again, we are repeating this, but we need to know that they are among the few vertically integrated defense and aerospace electronic solution provider catering to the indigenously developed defense product industry. But what they are doing from this thing? A turnover of 225 crore, which is not so much big turnover if you consider other companies. With net profitability, they are one of the fastest growing companies in the defense and aerospace electronic sector in India. Have proven in-house defense and development capabilities. See, this is their order book, and order book definitely looks attractive. This order book as on last 5 fiscal, as on July 21, they had an order book of 582 crore. The turnover is 225 crore yearly. Their order book is 582 crore. That's good. Generally, we should see that company should have around 3 to 4 times of order book of what they do every year. with orders from several mark customers in the Indian defense system ecosystem, including the Indian government defense ministry, BrahMos, DRDO, the Indian government space organization, HAL, BEL, and the DPSU involved in the missile space. So the company have been started since 3 decades, as you saw. In 2001, what were the milestone? They designed and developed the launch pad countdown system for delivery to the Indian government space organization. In 2009, they developed seeking automated test equipment for INS Shikra. 2013, they designed the smart cockpit display system. 2015, they designed and developed primary surveillance radar for coastal surveillance for the Indian government space organization. What can we expect from this company? Friends, we can expect around 12 to 15% sales growth in coming time. And yes, profit should be consistent whether you see 12% or 15% sales growth. We have considered here conservative growth, right? So we took just 12% CAGR growth. If we see the sales grow at 12%, we are going to see the turnover of around 600 crore till 2030. Your company should make profit of more than 100 crore during this decade. The margin expectation of 19%, I already said that we should not expect margin of 25%, right? So the EPS could reach to around 23 to even 28, and your price should be moving in the range of 900 to 1200, right? So yes, you are from the current offered price of 585. In next decade, you are going to see the price reach around 2 to 3 times with consistent dividends that is going to get offered, right? So what is the conclusion? A small cap like Paras or MTR with good capabilities to grow and make profits can invest giving around 1% weightage. See, we are not going to invest. Why? Because we have already invested since long time in BL, and yes, BL is better than this company. So we are not going to transfer that sum from that to there. So let me tell you frankly, if you want to invest, you can invest here, but your weightage should be 1%, right? But what is the, considering lion share and quality, BEL should be the top priority for long-term wealth. If you are going for Paras or even data pattern, give 1% weightage. But if you are going for BEL, you can go with even 2 or 3% weightage, right? BEL, you can definitely give 5-star rating there, right? But what star rating if you are going for data patterns? We'll just discuss, but this is the chart for BEL. See, I still remember that many of you are holding since this time. So definitely a good wealth has been created in BEL during last 2 decades. The share has rallied already 100x during past 2 decades, along with consistent high dividend. I can say if you invested 1 lakh, around 3 lakh dividend you should have received till now. What we can do? Yes, we are also holding since long time. We have even recommended to add more during last year, during COVID fall around here. So many of you would have added near 100 also. Now what? So we are not going to add at this high price, but what was our expectation? We are expecting this share to move toward 240. So all those people who have added during 100 rupees last year can book some 5% profits at 240. But new buying, if you want to do, you can buy again near 140, right? So this is what about BEL, the wealth creator. How much rating for your data pattern? 4-star rating you can give here. 0 for sales. Why? Because 230 is not a high attractive sales. So 0 star for sales, but 1 star for profitability. I have given here 1 star for margin and ICR because I can't give half star. If I would be able to give half star, yes, here I will give half. Why? Full mark for margin. but for debt paying capacity, I can't give him full mark. You know, the debt paying capacity is only 5. Debt to equity ratio, yes, full mark there. Consistency, full marks there. So you can give them 3.5 to 4 star rating, right? What's the conclusion? Yeah, you can invest in this type of companies. So that was all from my side. I, Piyush Patel, have done the research on this company on behalf of Profit from It. So you want to get update from Profit from It, subscribe करो और वो bell icon वाला button दबाओ. If you want to learn the art of analysis, if you want to become independent, you can call to this number or go directly on our app. Our new batch is going to start from January. This batch will be for next 4 months. If you want to learn, join the next batch, which is starting from 4th January. This is our website. Definitely should download our app and start learning. There are many free learnings which are available on our app. So thank you very much and best of luck to everybody. Jai Hind Dosto. Jai Hind.